I also have a problem with some of the premises, of the technological premises that are made in forecasting the amount of electric power or other kinds of energy that are generated by renewables. It seems to me that some of these are using data from technologies that are last year's technologies and not technologies that are tomorrow's technologies. And by tomorrow, I mean, you know, stuff in the lab and in the pilot plant stage and in the early commercial development stage that we're going to see coming to fruition in 2008, 2009. These are going to sharply, sharply, sharply accelerate the amount of energy that's produced through various technologies. Let me give you just one example. A company called Ovonics is producing a thin film solar film that allows it to be manufactured very much the way you do a printing plant with large rolls, and you do roll-to-roll printing, and you print on the material on a substrate. I think they use thin steel. That produces 9 miles of solar film in one go. Their first plant, they're up in Michigan, their first plant produces 30 megawatts. I believe that their second plant, which just came on at the end of last year, is going to be 60 megawatts. By the end of next year, they're building more factories in areas around Michigan where manufacturing has had a serious problem over the years, that will produce 300 megawatts. And now look what's happened. They've gone from 30 to 300 in about 3 years. That's more than doubling each year. Now think about what more than doubling each year suddenly does to an area of electric generation that's just thinking solar. We'll do a little math. Right now, the assumption is that the amount of solar energy electricity produced by solar energy is about 1/10 of 1%. Well, that's not much, right? And next year, if we double it, that's 2/10 of 1%, and then nobody's going to go to the bank with that. And the next year, it's 4/10 of 1%, and the next year, it's 8/10 of 1%, and then finally we get above the percentage mark, we're at 1.6%, and then we're at 3.2%, and then we're at 6.4%, and then we're at 12.5%, 12.8%. Sorry, I know there's somebody out there who's watching me carefully. And then the next one is going to be over 24%. And that's going to happen in potentially 8 to 10 years. So we could grow solar power on the basis of that kind of exponential growth over the course of the next 8 to 10 years, which might satisfy over 20% of the electrical demand in the United States. And we can do it by utilizing existing areas which are waste areas. There are over 5 million acres of brownfields in the United States. Brownfields are those areas of the ground which have been so toxically polluted by industry, most of whom have just wandered away to let the taxpayer deal with it, that they aren't really suitable for extensive economic development. But they're perfect for solar fields. And that's where we can put a great deal of solar energy.